What is the Doppler effect? It is defined as the apparent difference between the frequency at which a wave leaves a source and reaches the observer. So, what does this mean? Have you ever been in a car and heard a fire truck or ambulance coming? You can clearly hear their siren, but once it passes, the siren immediately grows quiet and fades away. What you just experienced is the Doppler effect. So, how exactly does this work? The difference between the source and where you are matters. So, depending on where you are, the frequency emitted from the source will seem higher or lower. In this case, we have sound waves, so it would sound louder or quieter. The frequency will feel higher for people the source is coming closer to, and lower where the source is traveling away from. However, even though the frequency feels higher or lower, it doesn't actually change the frequency of the source. This is because when the distance between the source and the person grows larger or smaller, the source still gives off the same amount of waves, but if the distance between is smaller, there is less space, which results in the waves being more compressed together. And if the distance is larger, the waves have more room to travel, which gives us the illusion of more or less frequent waves. The Doppler effect can be experienced with any type of wave, but in our daily lives, it is most common through sound waves. The Doppler effect is also active in space, but through light waves. Instead, it is called redshift and blue shift. It is called this because blue is on the higher end of the visible light spectrum, where the frequency is higher, while red is at the lower end, where the frequency is lower. This means that when a faraway star appears blue-tinted, it is actually growing closer. Astronomers use this method to study movement in space, and from studying this, they have discovered that most objects in space are redshifted, especially the ones farthest from us, which means that the universe is expanding. And that pretty much sums up the Doppler effect.